bulldozer operator. Hey, John, how are you? I'm fine. How are you?
It's upstairs in my pocket. Oh, never mind. It just swings out. Lazy man works the hardest.
Where is it? On the northwest side of Washita and the southwest side of Washita. On the western end of it, it's just on this side.
All right, let's call this to order. Environmental Services, Public Works and Buildings Committee. Justice Broughton is going to offer a prayer.
Lord, thank you for bringing us here together today to do the business of the county. Guide us with wisdom, and thank you for the opportunity to be of service to our seniors and guide the process of the senior center, the building of it, and help us to be a blessing. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you all for coming out. Just catching ourselves, the people involved in the Quorum Court, and those that are watching on the library's feed there. Thank you, Adam. On the progress that's being made, and progress is being made. Come on in, Roger. Beep. Don't set anything off. Progress is being made. It is so exciting to go out there, and I drive by 3 times a week probably, take pictures, put them on Facebook, and the sticks are up, and everybody's got pictures of the sticks up. You guys have some pictures. I've got some pictures. So, Daryl, do you want to start and give a recap on from your side of the thing and move it on?
Sure. Thank you, Justice Young, for having the meeting this evening, and thank those working on the project for attending tonight. The Lord's been on our side. We managed to get the slab in just before the ice storm hit, so that gave us a little opportunity. And if you've been by there, you know there's some walls up, and I don't think we're far from setting trusses on the walls. The trusses are on site. Got a couple little issues that have came up, but I know that I invited David French with a pick and a shovel to come out later this week and try to cure the 1,100 cubic yards of rock that we can't move. I invited him to come out and get started moving that, and I think we'll probably take Quorum Court out there and let them work on it as well. The progress looks good. I'll let these folks that are here tonight expand on that. We're waiting on a couple more documents from the lessor, and I think that we're about to get those. So I think we've got everything in order as far as paperwork goes. And Mike Harrison, I met him last week on site, and we came up with a plan where we won't have to get a document signed off on for RDOT. I think we're going to leave the cover around the back edge of it rather than mulching some of that out. It provides a little barrier there between Section Line Way and the city of Hot Springs, as you well know, has applied to take over maintenance on that road, so that at the end of it, where it comes out on Higdon, per your suggestion and the persistence of you and Director Webb, they have decided to take that in, and we're going to establish a dedicated right turn lane there, where if somebody's trying to turn left across traffic, it's taking a while, the people can continue to turn right so traffic doesn't back up into the senior center. It's just a pretty long process with RDOT, so we've got to get through that. I haven't seen anything at this point that is anything other than what we planned, other than, like I say, last week I met with Mike and Chris Meyer, the excavator on site, and I think that Mike's came up with a plan to do that or work around it. And the only thing I told him that we could not do was we could not remove a pickleball court. It had to be there regardless. If we had to put it on the roof of the building, it had to be there. So that was one thing that we decided. But pay apps have been coming through. The pay apps have been clean. Everything's been done that comes through on them. And so far, everything is really going well. Mike might have a different viewpoint of that, but I think that overall we've got a good plan. We've got a good Crafton Toll did some great work on finding issues, and everything that they said was there when they did their geological work is there. It's just a little bit harder than we expected, but we're going to get through it. And last year we applied for a grant to try to get some assistance on that. And if that grant is available this year, I think we're going to apply for it again in maybe a lesser value than what we asked for last year, and see if we can get something. We got nothing this past year. So hopefully it will come up again in July and we can apply for it again. And if we do, then we'll ask for a little lesser value to see if we can get some assistance. And then probably early midsummer, we'll start having some meetings with some civic groups to see if we can get some assistance from them. I can think of 3 or 4 right off the bat that I'm going to go sit down with and see if we can't get some assistance to help us with getting this paid for, where we don't have to take it all out of the OMH fund. But the money's there. We're ready to utilize it if we can't get any assistance, but I think we can. Several civics groups have been very interested in it. I know it's something that we've needed for a very long time. So I don't think there's a downside to this, to tell you the truth. I don't know that anybody can find anything negative to say. Some of them try, but it's something that we've needed. It will serve the whole community in every aspect. I mean, if you're a kid, you can take your parents there and drop them off, and somebody can tend to them all day. But it's something that we've needed for a long time. Just young, and I think that during our meetings that we've had about it, I don't think we had anybody that said we didn't need it. But I'll turn it over to you and let you bring up whoever you want to go with first, however you want to work that out. I know you was interested in the meals, Justice Young, and we've got the meal people here. And I told them, I've already broke it to them, that there will be some song and dance involved in this. And I think Logan's ready and Kathy Packard's ready. They're whatever you need them to do.
Thank you, Judge. Let me see if I had 2 things. Now, the donations thing, will that be a 501c, or is that set up, or will it be? How will it be?
It'll just
set
be a
up?
donation to the county. I mean, we're a government
To the
agency,
county
so
under
it will be for
under
that
the
specific
title
purpose.
of for.
And when the
senior
donation
citizen.
comes in, it will have to go to that line. And Susan will have that set up to where the money that's spent for that, it'll be set aside where it can't be used for anything else. The donation goes directly to
Let
that.
us know when it's ready, because I've had 3 or 4 different entities say we want to contribute yearly, and
we'll get it set
it's
up,
gonna be
and
wonderful.
we'll have a line for that. And the donations that come in will go to the treasurer's office, of course, and then we'll get them into that account where we can pay for some of the work out of there.
Okay. You guys want to go first, builders, and y'all pick
Jimmy, so that's David French is in the middle there with the white hair. He looks younger than all of us. And Mike Harrison's next to him with my hairdo, and then Barry Breeding's on the end. The 2 gentlemen flanking Mike Harrison there are with David French Architects, and they're the ones that did the design on the building. And then Mike Harrison is construction manager, and he's actually hands-on out there, the guy with the hard hat. And they will let you on site for about 30 seconds without a hard hat, and they immediately tell you to go get a hard hat before you're there. So if you want to probably start at the beginning there with Barry and David, and then work our way through it.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, Barry.
We just have a simple handout. It's showing David and I were on site this afternoon, and it is an extensive site project. So it's a lot of dirt that had to be moved around, a lot of work to get the utilities in place. I think.
Pull that mic a little closer to you, Barry.
Yes, sir. I think the sewer's in place, and we're working on the gas line and working on the electrical line. The walls are framed up to 12 feet, and slabs in place, looks good. Y'all beat the weather, so it's a good looking project, and it's going really well. We're a little bit behind on our submittal process, but we're getting that caught up this week and be ready to get all those things taken care of. So.
Great. What process was that has
The
fallen?
submittals, so that would
Okay.
be all the items that we specified in our project manual. They
City,
send us
with
the
the city.
submittal on it, and
Yep.
we say, yes, that's meeting what's on our specification.
Great.
We're in that
Great.
process. So.
Everything stayed the same in the floor plan as
Yes,
we
everything
originally
that
saw it?
was- Everything that was established in value engineering time has all been, we've been meeting that.
Great.
So, yes.
Great. Okay.
Questions?
David? I don't have anybody have any questions out there about the building? Okay, very good, very good. Now we'll want to get a little bit from Harrison. Talk about some hard rock you found.
Did find some hard rock. They were able to bring a bigger machine in and cut down a lot more of what's there. And they're continuing to work on it. We may have to play around with the grades on the backside of the building a little bit, raise them up a little bit, and we'll still be able to get everything to drain. That's not an issue, but we're still trying to get it down to the level where it's supposed to be. And but right now on it, now that you never know what you're going to run into this time of year with dirt work and concrete. Fortunately, we were able to beat the bad weather and get our slab in. And now with the walls up, we can put a pretty tight schedule on this, on where we'll be from now until completion on it. And I'll have that printed out in the next week or two and can get that to everyone. And that way you know what to expect each week as we go along with it. We're working with Barry on submittals, getting them approved. And we'll have steel on site next week. We'll have the drive-through canopy built, and then we'll be ready to set roof trusses at that point. So over the next few weeks, you'll see a lot happening, and we should have a roof on it pretty soon and move into interior.
Fantastic. That's roof trusses are there, aren't they?
Yes.
And,
Yeah, they're on
I
site.
see in the materials there. Very good. Anything else?
I believe that's it right now.
Very good. Very good. Why don't we have the area on agency on aging representatives that are here?
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. It is exciting. Thank you for sharing your photos all the time with us.
Yeah,
That's great.
Susan, you could kind of slide through those photos and get to some of the.
That is great. We are very exciting, and I get inquiries every week about the new center, and it's exciting that people already know about it. And of course, we'll be doing a lot when it gets closer to time too, so people will know. Y'all have met Logan before. He's our financial director, so he has information on that kind of stuff. This is Tanya Sawrie, Sawrie, and Tanya is our senior center program coordinator. So she is in, did I get that right? She's in the centers every day. So she knows every in and out, and she's going to give us some information, and then y'all can get your questions ready, and I'm going to hand these things out while she gets started.
Before you get started, Miriam Shively and Roger Owens out there are just bucking for this thing to get open. Marion's a retired professional in physical therapy, and she said, I want to volunteer. Well, nursing, yeah, something like that. She wants to volunteer, and Roger wants to go eat. So.
Robert's handing out some information because I can read off a lot of numbers, and it's hard for me to comprehend just numbers that I'm throwing at you, but it will make a little more sense when you see the handout. But we are currently serving approximately 75 in-house meals out of the senior center per day. That's gonna up, I believe, starting next week. Kathy's got a group of, she said between 30 and 50. We're bringing over for a class next week, so make an additional 40 meals on Wednesday. Right now, we're serving about 75 in-house. We're delivering to 228 homebound clients per week. And that, you can see that total there, and how many, because each day, each person gets a box of 5 meals. So when we deliver to these 228, they're getting 5 meals at a time. And then we currently have 122 waiting list, waiting to start getting meals. And then give you a breakdown of how many meals we've served for the months of January and then also July through June. Logan has a map. So right now, our meals are broken down into routes. And so every Monday, we go to, let's say, the Old Lawn route. And then on Tuesday, we go to a different route. Okay. And so our Old Lawn route, which you'll see in blue on the map, we deliver 34 meals to, 34 individuals to for 5 meals. Historical route, or the green route, is 40 individuals. The apartment route is 25 individuals. We have a senior 1 route that is 34 and a senior 2, 35. We just split that little area. We have a village route that's in gray and it's 21 individuals. 39 individuals.
We had a meeting here the other night, which was not a Garland County meeting. It was Dudley Webb's District 4 Town Hall, and I was a guest speaker. And I took your 2025 numbers that I think are the same as what you gave me today, and I think that's based on 3 meals at Union, right? And okay, we'll be 5 meals a day at the new center. Okay, so I got on the congregant, that's in-house folks sitting down and eating in 2025, 14,553 at a 3-day service. This will be 5 days. So there's 14,553 at 3 days for the year 2025. And for the home delivered meals, 76,755. So that won't change. I think that's kind of what it, because there are only 3 days at the Union Baptist Church, but the meal number should stay roughly the same. But we're going to see an increase in 14,553 because of the 2 additional days, which is an amazing amount of meals being served.
More meals out in areas that haven't been served. There were boundaries, they worked out there and all of that needs meals. So that's one reason we're looking at maps and because we hope.
Yes. Great.
Right now, it's what, 20 to 25, except for the village route, for our drivers to even get to their work.
I saw this week a University of Arkansas survey of food disparity in older people, not children, which you usually see those numbers. In Arkansas as a whole, it was 688,000 seniors that are suffering food disparity. So we weren't, I was glad, Garland County, I think they listed the 5 top counties for food disparity with 60 plus, I believe it was, and Garland County was not one of them, but we know that we have a lot of people out there that could use some food assistance because of economic reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, although a couple of entities in Garland County did get some, and I'm proud that they did, the criteria for that grant specifically says senior centers. And several people applied for senior center grants and none of them were awarded. So I'm hoping that they take a stronger look at that this year. We had letters of recommendation from absolutely everybody we could get them from, all of our legislators, you guys, the city manager, the mayor, and it didn't make any difference what to put it.
If we see what the judge has told me, he's had folks say and companies and stuff and groups that want to give and what I've heard and others have mentioned, if that can go towards that, I don't know. I'm not for sure, but we'll do everything we can to get everything as. Yeah.
One of our main problems is like there is a certain Medicaid program, choices program. That program, Medicaid reimburses $5.97. Right now, our mill rate. So, and it hasn't increased in.
Mhm. Mhm.
That hurts us in a way, but we try to make up for it in other ways.
Right, right.
So Barbara, do you anticipate the cost per meal going down some when you get in the new center, since you're going to have a little bit bigger volume, or at least an area to store there?
One of the things that we're starting to talk about, so right now we're delivering frozen on the $4.75 a meal. Currently, our cook and the McCauley Center is making a meal. Raw food cost is about $1.21. So, obviously that would be a big savings if we could cook it. Back to delivering, used to that, if they would take out a hot meal every day. Now there's a lot more drivers and a lot more running trucks. Currently, we have 3 routes, and then we do one as a spare, just now, but, so that's gonna need more vehicles, it's gonna need more cook staff and more back runners in the trio meals. Could be a cost saving, we have not put pen and paper. The trio.
So,
But I did want to mention here, I know this number looks a little odd. When I sent it to Barbara, I was like, this could look really strange if someone doesn't understand. So the home delivered meals, when we took over in January, was 6,672 that month, and we're down to 4,236. And a lot of that is because we're trying to get people off the program that are not, a lot of people that were not. Our drivers would, they would deliver to them, and then they would drive down the road and see them going into.
It wasn't because they were going to Oklahoma. That's right.
Yeah, they were driving.
Kathy didn't hear that.
We had some people that, supposedly they were getting meals and they had passed away, but their family was still.
Mhm.
Meals going to the door.
We don't want that happening. We want those that are really in need to be the ones getting in. You do that. Yeah.
So that's why that number looks lower,
Mhm.
and it is lower,
Mhm.
and it's starting to become closer to in budget, and then hopefully we can move that
Yeah.
down. But, we want everyone that's eligible and needs the food, those that aren't, there's other opportunities. But, we had a gentleman today that, he's in days, and, said, look, where is he on the waiting list? Like number 5, to get meals, and the waiters haven't been. I told him, I said, go ahead, take him some meals, it's not gonna be a week or 2. We do our best to get the meals. And
Great.
we have a really good coordinator there, if we know that the weather's gonna be bad, on the previous Monday, we'll go ahead and take them 2 boxes. I don't want them to miss that meal, that box of meals the week.
Probably did that with the ice storm coming up, right?
And we also do that every holiday that's on, whatever
Mhm.
holiday is, we'll take double.
Well, that's good that you have you can do that. And yeah, very good. Any more questions from anyone on the food service side of this? Are you excited about the kitchens and everything? That it's gonna be big and it's gonna be nice. Very good.
The clerk said earlier today she took 6 more of them, so I guess she's excited too.
Barbara, if you don't mind, come back up and I want to introduce LaDante Walker. LaDante works the city of Hot Springs, and he's in transportation. And that's a good place for you because you get around almost everywhere I'm at. Every meeting you're at, everywhere you're at, LaDante just pops up. So I've asked him just as a side thing to be looking at every transportation opportunity available, every group that takes seniors and is available, so that we can let them know we would like for them to add their service to bringing seniors to the Senior Citizen Center. Then I get on, and I'm slow study. I'm looking at your website and all of your services that I see that you guys, as part of your service to transport the seniors. So can you tell us a little bit about the scope of how many vehicles you have and what that will include? And then LaDante will know a little more, and if the city adds something to that, or nonprofits add something to that transport seniors, we'll know where we're starting. It's on your website. Okay.
We also have our senior companions that transport for some of those.
Is that individuals that volunteer to take seniors here and there? Our work's still cut out for us, LaDante. I thought they had a fleet of 20 vehicles that they were taking people all over. So.
We give him, we will provide him with the meals at the office, parking lot, is we would purchase so many tickets, or at that time, CHI was purchasing the tickets. This one be out here. Oh. This one died. Oh. Thank you.
Hey, that's better.
Anyway, so, and that's what we do up at McCauley right now is we purchase so many tickets for the people that the van has to go and pick up. Now, we have some vehicles, but not like your Medicaid transportation vans,
Right.
that type stuff.
Okay. Well, that's what we're going to do. LaDante, have you anything you need to want to say about anything you looked at already? Or I actually, just a suggestion to him was the city's transportation,
Yes.
possibly a token for seniors on just coming to the Senior Citizen Center and back to their home, their resident apartment, house, or whatever. If maybe we can talk to the city about helping seniors back and forth. So any possibilities there, please help develop those, or we'll develop this as we move forward and make sure that I saw that and I said, boy, I hope they've got a big transportation thing, but so it's not something that's real active, and so we've got to get real active. And Daryl, the bus stop, which is way down on Higdon, didn't you tell me that Bill Burrow said already that
Yeah, I think we're going to be able to move the bus stop there where they can catch a bus right there. It'll probably be an additional one, but we'll have one at the senior center where they go right up there, so long as it meets federal guidelines. And I don't think there'll be an issue with that at all. There are some programs out there that would take a little work, a little legwork to get involved. But there's some programs out there now that pick up seniors and pick up people that can't leave home and get to their doctor's appointments and things like that. And so this could all be, being it's so closely located to CHI, I would think that this would be part of that. If they're picking a patient up to take them for their doctor's appointment, they could drop them by the senior center and pick them up later. It's going to take some involvement and some research on the part of how exactly they're funded and how exactly those transportation services are set out, but I do know that there are some, because we just ran into a situation about a month or 45 days ago to where some individuals way out in Royal were needed to get to doctor's appointments, and there's quite a few resources out there already. We've just got to pin them down and see if we can get them involved. And maybe, it's like I had mentioned at one time to the village, perhaps on Thursdays or Wednesdays, a just random day, that maybe a bus from one of the churches would go to the village and pick up the individuals from the village and bring them down, or something of that nature. I think you could get the churches involved that have a bus. I know First Baptist has got a very nice bus that they would probably help us with to go to an area and pick up seniors and bring them in, so they wouldn't have to travel, if they were out in Jesseville, or if they were in even Buckville or out at Royal or somewhere like that. I think that would be very helpful if we could engage those churches to help us get them there and then get them back, not necessarily right to their house, but to a central location in that area.
Okay, moving from transportation, just the last thing, unless you have something else on your, would it be in your purview or Okalon's purview, health screenings? I think senior citizen centers are a great resource for health screenings. And,
They are. And Miss Kathy Packard.
Kathy, next.
We'll talk about programs.
Kathy Packard with Okalon Aging.
Well,
Center.
when you talk about health screenings, I know we do blood pressure, right? A full health screening, we'd have to really look at that, because we're up at Macaulay, we're at a different location. I always have to ask the question, I have somebody come in and I take their blood pressure and it's 200 over 150. It's high.
Mm-hmm.
Do I send them on to the ER? Do they refuse? You have to look at a lot of different things when we're looking at health screenings, but we definitely have the blood pressure cuff, and people have the ability to walk in and take their own blood pressure.
Right.
We do health fairs.
Mm-hmm.
We just had one up there not too terribly long ago. And, people could ask questions, and they could ask where to get different services. So the opportunities are out there, and I think we just have to be strategic about the way we do.
I think it would be the independent providers, Chi St. Vincent, or the hospitals that would come in, and they would have the responsibility for.
They do.
Yeah. And even at a health fair, they may check blood sugars. But also, we have been involved with UAMS, with quarterly educational trainings. Yeah, go ahead.
We work with the GWEP, the Geriatric Workforce Enhancement Program, and provide all sorts of evidence-based programs. They provide quarterly Zoom meetings and educational programs over Zoom that any one of our seniors can log on to and watch. They can either go to the senior center and watch it, or they can do it from home.
Okay.
So there's a lot of opportunities through that program.
We were also really fortunate. We got a grant from AT&T. Was it $30,000 grant to purchase the tablets, so that we could take them to the senior centers. They could learn how to use them and then do their own Googling and searching for stuff. So education is a big part of it too, to make them comfortable, working with an iPad.
I haven't thought about that, but a senior citizen center with just a web presence that they could sit down and either be assisted or do things they haven't been able to do because they don't have Wi-Fi at home, possibly, or a computer to get on the Wi-Fi. So that's a neat thing. And so I brought you, Kathy. You got brought in to something that you probably wasn't prepared to come talk about. So if Kathy Packard with the Okalon Agency on Aging would share with us about some of the programs you'll be.
Well, sorry, I'm a little hoarse tonight. With our partnership with UAMS and Area Agency on Aging, we're providing all the evidence-based, or a majority of in-person evidence-based programs for the senior center here at McCauley and also here in Hot Springs. The programs, according to the federal guidelines, have to be what we refer to as evidence-based. In other words, they've been tested, and as long as we teach in the same way or very similar, we know the results are going to be the same for most everybody that takes that program or that education. Tai Chi, Ageless Grace, Matter of Balance. We do Barbara through GWEP. And also through us. We're doing a lot of education on Alzheimer's disease. Any number of them. Mainly our big ones are Tai Chi, Ageless Grace, and we are working on getting seated yoga certified as an evidence-based program so we can take that out too.
You have some seated things now, don't you?
We have a lot of
Yeah,
seated things.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the seniors that are super seniors that can't stand and do things. They sit and have a program of exercise and leg lifts and things that tone their body and keep them moving.
Most of our programs within 30 minutes, they've done 1,500 to 2,000 steps.
Wow.
From a chair.
That's great.
So.
In addition to Kathy's programs, we currently have beanbag baseball. So it's baseball sitting in a chair. It's kind of like cornhole. And chair volleyball. If you've never seen a chair volleyball game, it's used with a beach ball, 6 players on each side of the net. At the end of the day, they are exhausted.
And they're cutthroat.
And very cutthroat. You have to get onto them for spiking. They can't spike, and they want to spike. And so and if you've never seen that, you should come referee sometime because you'll be yelled at.
That's great.
It's very entertaining. But those are very, very, they are very exhausted at the end of the day playing those. They also have gator ball, so it's pickleball in a chair that they play a lot. And then your regular
Bridge, they're playing cards,
bingo, mahjong, bingo. Oh, bingo's a big thing, very big thing.
I've been to and eaten lunch several times at Union, and a friend called who plays in the Verizon band, which is the Hot Springs Concert Band's B team, I call it. And he said, we're playing today at Union. Come eat and listen to us play. I went up and there were no less than 35 guests there to eat. And they were exercising when I got there. The band was setting up. The band played some great old, American standards and everything. And I'm telling you, it was just, place was hooping. It was jumping. And so music, I hope, will be, I'm a big music guy. I hope music will be a big part, that we'll have a program where locals come and play a banjo, play a guitar, play a piano, and get to express their talents. The locals that won't charge a penny come up and entertain.
Yeah, we haven't been able to have a dance in quite some time, and that's a big thing. We have a lot of our senior centers have a weekly dance, and they just absolutely love it. So.
Right. I went up and visited Mina, and they had a stage, and their program, I've got some here that they gave me. I'm telling you what, they've got something live almost every day: guitars, banjos, fiddle group, gospel group, piano player, and so forth. So we'll tap them over in Mina if the talent wants to take a drive. Yeah. All right, guys. Anything else, Kathy?
I don't think so. We're on the hunt for any kind of grants that will help fund anything related to the senior center.
Right.
So we're just going to continue looking for those.
Sure. I can't say who, but like I say, I think Daryl's told me he's got several on the hook and ready to give. And I know of 2 or 3 organizations locally that says, we're just ready. Tell us when will it start? And so
something else we might be able to bring in is we've got one of the biggest resources in Garland County sitting right over here, and that's the library, incorporated into the senior center as well, where ebooks or whatever needs to be done there. I know Adam and I have talked about it a couple of times of maybe being able to bring some books there and ebooks or whatever they can do to help us with maybe one day a week. They swap those out, or they might even bring a program over there, because I know they have a lot of programs at the library, and at some point they might be able to come to the senior center and give a program there, and expand on that if you would, Adam, please.
Sure. We'd be happy to help however we can. We have a dedicated outreach department at the library. So whether that's bringing programming to the senior center or providing some sort of small traditional library services, checking books in and out, that sort of thing, we're happy to help.
We've got, and the books come every week, and they're always, I see them walking in with their bag of books because the library's coming. But we also are partnering with the library and the police department to offer an educational opportunity in March. No, April. I'm sorry. I don't have my calendar. I didn't bring it. Sorry. But we do a lot. The senior center, we've done a lot with the library in the past, and you guys have been great partners for us to get the education out there for them. So looking forward to the one in April that we're going to be doing.
Thank you, Kathy. Anybody else have any questions? Daryl, anything else you want to put in? How about the water line? There was a water line issue, a main line that
We're still waiting on the
still
on the
waiting.
easements. We're close, though. I did get an email last week that says, while I have their attention, is there anything else we need? And I think we were waiting on confirmation from the gas company as to whether they needed an easement or not. So once Mike had that, I think we're really close to having that, but we're still a few months away from having to get that in the ground. So I think we're in good shape on everything.
Yeah. I spoke to Patty at the Extension Service here today, and she gave me an update on Jimmy Driggers, and he had a replacement liver replacement, kidney replacement. Was it kidney or Jimmy Driggers?
Try again.
What did he have replaced? Kidney replacement. And he's recovering, but they're master gardeners. They're over the master gardeners. So we will be bringing the master gardeners. There's a kiosk that's a brick and mortar area off of the Senior Citizen Center that will be for in-house and whoever's coming, if it's master gardeners or in-house program, and hope to have participation in the grounds with the seniors and give them a place. Maybe they've moved into an apartment and they love digging in their garden. My mom's 96 and she's into Quapaw. And I'm telling you what, you can take a cup of dirt up there and she's the happiest person in the world. She sticks a seed in it or a plant, just touching it makes her happy. So we're going to work with the master gardeners and see if they'll assist in a program to enlighten seniors and work along with them, and that will add to the grounds there and something for them to enjoy as well. Is there anybody else that's been called an expert I'm not thinking of here? See, we did an expert study tonight and we didn't spend $130,000 on it.
We do have an expert in the audience, and she never speaks, so I'd like to have her come up.
Sure.
She's actually seeking a position on this court in the future. I'd like to have her tell us what her thoughts are on the senior center. Carrie Bars,
Barbara Bars.
tell us what I know you've got a brother that's almost a senior, so.
I absolutely love what y'all have done. Love it. The only reason why I started to run before against you is because I wanted to make sure the senior citizen came here and was effective. All the programs that you have and that you've implemented is amazing. I would love to see the music and the times that I've been in the senior citizens, that's what seems to get them alive.
Mm-hmm.
I do sing, love karaoke. That seems to get everybody going. But one of the things that I think that the seniors that I've been a part of that they really like, and I'm sure y'all can attest to this, is technology. They need help with technology. If there's some way we could get like the young Republicans or young Democrats or the young people that want to be a part that could come up and actually sit with them and teach them how to use their phones, troubleshoot them with their computers. That to me is a huge miss that I can see with the seniors. And anyway, I'm actually there right now. I have to ask my kids all the time, but I do find that is a lot of the times that I see that seniors need help. But thank you so much for that.
Thank you for coming up. Anybody else? Quorum Court, anybody have questions? What did you, Alan, you asked me about something and I answered your question earlier. What you
it was
had
about
call.
the pickleball and
Pickleball. Everything's on course. The court's still in the plan, being built. Someone called Alan and said they heard didn't they say they had heard the pickleball had been taken off of the table as a
something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody emailed me to kind of say that the county needs to do something about building some pickleball courts, and that'll be a good opportunity to use the senior center for that. And of course, I remember that it was in the rendering, in the drawing plan, but I didn't know if it had gone through or not. So I did respond back to her today.
All right. If there are no more questions, we'll adjourn. Appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you.